Hi and welcome, CAG teachers. I'd like to share a resource with you today that I hope is very useful. You may be using these resources from an email that I sent you with a link inside. You may have gone to your Google Drive and found these resources, the NUSD CAG WhitePages. I've shared these resources in both those ways, through an email and also through sharing it with your Google Drive, which, as you'll remember, if you go to my Drive and go to shared with me, you'll find the things that I've shared with you there. Okay, so once you get these white pages open, you're like, well, what's a white page and how is it useful to me? Well, I put together these white pages. First, I call them white pages because the pages are white and they're pretty uninteresting to look at, but they're chock full of resources that I'm putting together for you. You can see that in the beginning it introduces what we're trying to accomplish, the fact that our CAG has 3 separate environments: the iPad, the Google Drive, and the district-wide forum. And because we have 3 different environments, I want to make sure that you have resources that support your work in each of those environments. So we'll come to the table of contents here and we'll see that, okay, there's the CAG on the iPad, there's the PLC with CAG on the Google Drive, and there's the CAG on the district-wide forum. So each one of these is a link to a further page in this document. It's really just a one big white page document. So as you go to any of these links, you can just click on them. You can see a bookmark link opens below, and you click on that, and it'll take you to that portion of the white pages. Now, you'll see on the left-hand side is a description of a particular resource, like setting up iPad email first, underneath the subheading of creating an Apple ID. So before we have an Apple ID, we should, of course, set up our iPad email, and that would be right there. And there'll be a note over here discussing that particular link. So as we scroll down, you'll see all the different little links and videos we've put together. And this is just going to continually grow because, as you know, this is a Google Doc. You can tell that because it's got a URL bar up there. This is going to continually grow. We're going to just find more and more resources and keep adding them for you on this document here. And you'll always be able to just go back to the table of contents. I put it up in every corner, a little link there. And it'll drive you to the places you want to go if you want to learn about your Google Drive, about our district-wide forum. And down here, I'm going to be putting resources based on tech tips that we're starting to find. You know, little ideas and tips on how to help you with your iPad, your MacBook Air, Apple TV, Google, all these things. So this area will start to grow. So this is a unique resource we're putting together just for our CAG team to make sure you have all the support you need. A couple things I need you to know about it is, A, come back to that table of contents and launch from here, and that will take you to all these resources. All these links over here live. At the top of every page is a table of contents link that'll get you back to the table of contents. And this is the most important part for me. At the bottom of every page, I need your help. It says, please help our community grow by asking questions and offering additional training resources. So you click here, and it opens a link. And that link is a form. And the form automatically signs you in. You can put your name and where you're from. If you have a question about using the CAG, post it right here. Anything at all. John, how do I log into my Google Drive? How do I leave a comment? How do I delete a comment? How do I four-finger swipe? I can't remember. You leave questions right here, and I will answer you back in an email, and I will answer you back by placing the answer to the question back here on our resource guide. So every time you go and ask a question, or every time you offer some feedback, you'll be helping our entire CAG community because it'll end up feeding the resources here on this page. The other thing I'd like you to know about that form here is that not only can you ask questions, but hey, you're experts out there in the field. People are finding some amazing apps and amazing ways to support the work we're doing. Hey, add that here. Just open up your CAG white pages. If you found a solution to something, click on here. The form will pop up. Scroll down and say, hey, John, here's a great resource for using your iPad. I found this great link to a website that does this, or I figured out how to print to my printer, and I'd like everybody to know about it. You put that there, and again, I'll give you credit, and I'll put you right back here on the CAG and say, hey, so-and-so found a great resource for how to print from their iPad. So these resources are put together specifically for you and your teams to work together to continually develop all these new technologies. I'm very excited about the work that we're all doing together. I think you're doing an amazing job assimilating all this new technology. And as we work together, this little button right here is extremely important. Let's share together both our questions, our successes, and our struggles so that we can continue to grow this resource for all of us. Okay, good luck, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. Use that link right there.